What a blooming great day for it. Morning all, welcome back to the channel, John here, and behind me is the Classic Wheel Show here at the Rutland, Oakham, showground. Hundreds of cars descended on it today. It's my first time here. I'm here in my 1985 Toyota MR2. Come with me then in this video as we have a good old stomp around the show. It's cost me £10 to get in. That could have got me a passenger in as well. As I say, it's taken me about an hour to get here today, and there are hundreds of cars behind me in the field. Everyone's arriving. In this video then, top picks and a stomp around classic wheels here at the Oakham Showground. Windy old day actually, and I've put my shorts on. I shouldn't have done that. It appears to be split into sort of two groups or three groups. You've got like a commercial area. You can get yourself a cup of tea and a hot dog that costs £27,000. There's clubs, and then there's individual spectators like myself as well. We'll start with the clubs, have a wander around there, find my top picks from the clubs, and then we'll have a look at the individual ones. A few people I've met today already. I've seen Ryan, who's got his BMW here, and a few other people, so we'll see who we can see today. One for Callum, look, there's the red arrows. Here's the Rutland Car and Classic Motorcycle Club. We've got this wonderful Triumph Herald here, Corvette, there's a BMW at the back, and a nice Porsche. Check that spider out on your knob. One for Dad, look, 2CV6 Special.
Very much
That's the North Leicestershire MG Club by the looks of things, and they've also got a scimitar here. Check this scimitar out, that's lovely, I do like those. We've got an MGTF, we've got a ZR over there we're going to have a look in a minute at, an MGB GT. MG Ted. Full disclosure then, I've got a bit of a soft spot for the MG ZR, especially in trophy yellow. Why? Well, my best friend Robert Riley had one of these as his first car when we were kids growing up, and I remember getting in there one sort of Friday evening and blasting to Skegness freedom for us when he turned sort of 18. RR53 RZR, long gone, but that is a lovely thing to see. That 51 plate MG ZR, one of the ones that I would definitely add to my collection. Could I find one that's not sort of 70,000 shades of yellow? Just going to take some more time to appreciate that. Also, unpopular opinion, I prefer the pre-facelift to the facelift. Many people prefer the facelift ZRs, but not me. Well, fudge me, it's Auntie Anne's awards-winning fudge. Check out this 16.6. That's a beautiful old Morris Oxford. Dad would be all over that. But fire engine spotted, and take a look at that. That's something that we could be bombing around Lincolnshire in. Check that out. Range Rover Classic Fire Appliance. Nice. Take a guess, take a guess. Of course it is. Of course it is. The Interceptor behind me, as you know, if you do follow the channel, is a sell vehicle, and it's certainly something that I'm not going to be starting to bundle people in. Right, let's carry on. UK Street and Strip. Check these out, modifieds. Look at all these. We've got hot rods and all sorts of stuff. Hot dogs and hot rods. Let's check them out. Look at this. This is a beautiful old thing. Core blimey. Very nice. All the chrome in there. Get your Autosol out if you fancy it. Thirsty. Staying in the clubs, what we got? We've got the Gay Classic Car Club here, Rolls Royce, a Renault 5 and a Volvo. Let's have a stomp around, see what the Gay Classic Car Club have brought. There's a Lotus and a Toyota and another Fiat Barchetta. Very nice, let's go have a look at that. I bloomin' love a Fiat Barchetta, and I would absolutely have one. The problem is, well, they're all left-hand drive. They've rebadged it, you fool. Right, carrying on then, we've left the Gay Classic Car Club, and this looks like the, I don't know what club this is, to be honest with you. We've got a couple of Fords and then a couple of Volvos. Here's the Lincoln MG Owners Club. We've got a TF here in Trophy Yellow, ZT260 over there, the V8. I think I probably waved at this actually on the way here. It looks like a Wedgwood, but I don't think it is. It is probably a monogram colour under here. Let's take a look at that. Oh, that's not got a K-series in, has it? That's not going to cause you any head gasket grief. Not a big fan of all the horses, but yeah, take a look at that under there, one for Dad. This is what you need on a day like today, beach buggies. Check out this. I do have a bit of a soft spot for one of these. I saw a beach buggy at a show, a Wrangle Village show, a very, very, very long time ago when I was about, I don't know, 13 or 14 years old, and thought I absolutely love the paintwork on these. They've got a bit of a following, haven't they, with this sort of reflective, glittery paintwork. Absolute bonkers, this one. It's a Minion mobile, look. We've got all sorts of stuff here, look. All these buggies. It's the Midland Buggy Club. Take a look at that. It looks like a Dodgem, doesn't it? Look at that. Cool. Buggies are us. I'm not a buggy expert, as you know, but lots of buggies here today. Everyone's had to wrap up warm because it was nice and bright sunshine, as I say, when I left this morning, but now it's cooled down a bit. But yeah, hats and scarves for your buggies today. Always has been and always will be one of my favourite cars in the world, Mark II Jaguar in Inspector Morse Red. That's very well looked after as well. The Mini Club have come out in full force. Check out all these. Crikey, this looks like it's going to have some very special stuff going on underneath the engine. There it is. John Cooper Works engine there with the K&N airbox and the struts. Mini Electric over there. I don't think I've actually had a good look at a Mini Electric at some point, so we'll come and have a look at that. The Lotus Drivers Club. I wish. There's some very nice things here. Some very nice things indeed. And actually, driving my MR2 today, I had that Lotus position. This is something that I would like to own. A Lotus, what is it, this one? Is it an Elan? Maybe. I'm not 100% certain. In comparison to the Exige though, it's certainly got a nicer styling, but look at that, that's going to have some impact on the roads. This Evora's looking nice as well, isn't it? It would have to be in the green and yellow though. Much love for these, much love. There's an imposter within the Lotuses. Spot the imposter. You know, this Clio looks very neat and tidy. It looks top spec as well. We've got sunroof and leather interior. Yeah, look, top spec. The Marlin Club. I've never seen so many Marlins in one place. Check out these. TR7 spotted. Doing, there we go. And fun fact, when I bought my MR2, I actually thought that it was a TR7. It was under a tarpaulin, and all I could see is the sort of wedge shape. Went and knocked on the guy's door and said, "Hey mate, can I have a look at the TR7? And he said, "It's not a TR7, mate. It's a Toyota MR2. Yeah, so I thought I was buying a TR7. I bet Dad's glad I didn't. So I thought I was buying a TR7. That's a bit nice, isn't it? Right, what's this? It's the Northants RS Owners Club group. Some very nice cars, and actually when I see these RSs now come bombing past me, I do have a little bit of a soft spot for them. A friend of mine, John, bought one back brand new in about, I don't know, 2009, something like that, 2010, and he's still got it. It's in like a lovely green colour. Cool. Fast Peugeot spotted. That's a bit mental, isn't it? Right, the Jaguar Club is here. This is sort of the XKEC and the XK8 and the XKR Enthusiasts Club. Let's have a butcher's at this. You know, this Moggy 1000 could actually probably fit on the back of this truck. local to me where I work in Cambridgeshire. Coates, look. Turves. Oh, it says Stag Owners Club. I misread that for a moment. Ah, the Triumph. Join in with me. Stag Owners Club. I'm going to have to go look at the purple Stag, aren't I? I can't get excited by a Triumph Stag. I don't know about you. This purple one though is very nice. It's a James May special, isn't it? Audi R8. I am slowly becoming to want one of these. And one of these, a GT4 RS. I can keep dreaming, can't I? This is the Midlands Performance Collective, and I'm going to take a spin at some of they've got. Well, they've got the GTS, they've got a Focus ST, GT3, 911 Turbo, an M2 BMW, the GT4 RS we've just looked at, an X5, the R8, a Focus RS. I'm giggling to myself because check out that. Ooh, that is my top pick from this group. Check out that. That is an absolutely beautiful thing. Pajero Evolution. I bet that is bonkers. Absolute bonkers. This has got a nice paint job. Very nice pearl flip in that. It's got to be seen in real life to be appreciated, to be fair. Doing some BMXing, some bikings going on. While they're doing that, let's take a look at these. We've got a Honda and a Toyota. What is this? Is it a Celica? It is a Celica Cabrio. Check out this. This must be very rare in the UK.
He's not stopping,
Celica Cabriolet. I blooming love a Honda Insight, especially with these little spats at the back. You don't see many of the Insights about nowadays. Museums mainly. The last time I saw one was in Australia. I think it's on 2004. No, 2000 Honda Insight W Reg. We've got the Anglia next to it as well. It's been nicely modified, tastefully modified there. We've got the no, it's not a Capri. I thought it was a Capri. We've got the Fiesta XR2. That is very well loved, isn't it? Check that out. That is immaculate, lovely. I love the pinstriping on the seats there. And then this wonderful BMW. I love these old Beamers. This style, sort of the old. I don't know. Would you call it a shark nose? Northants Mini Owners Club. Shout out to Andrea. I've just seen her and her dad with theirs. I can't get excited by a Mini, probably because I've never driven one and probably would never own one. I probably couldn't fit in one, but I do remember being stuck in the back of my Auntie Ruth's at one point, and it not being the nicest experience of my life. Let's go off-roading. The East Anglia off-roaders. I always think about the mud munchers from the Fast Show when I see this sort of thing. Let's off-road. This is a great bit of fun, like an RC replica. Great thing. Custom RC cars and service. Very nice. Can't get excited by an old Ford, I won't lie, but I do love the tail on this, the Escort RS Cosworth. I do love a tail like that. Very rare as well. Escort RS 2000 4x4. I still probably would rather have the tuk-tuk. So I've had a stomp around the clubs. Now it's time to have a stomp around the sort of the individual displays. These are people like myself who've just turned up with their vehicle for the day. RS 2000 behind me, beautiful, beautiful example. So all these cars, here we go. Look, all these now behind me to have a look at. And then actually I've seen some classic bikes as well. So we'll do a bike section just for Dad. Actually, hundreds of cars for me to see today. An R32. Very nice. Hundreds and hundreds of individual people have turned up. I think what I'm going to just do is have a wander down the lines with regards to this and just show you some of these cars. This lovely little Abarth. Very nice. That's in good condition too. Very well looked after. I can see a very nice Lancia coming up, but before we do, take a look at that. You'll know you're coming down the road in that. Holy moly. That's a beautiful looking thing, isn't it? That might be one of my favourites of the day so far. This Integrale. Type R Honda. And a Primrose Volvo. That's a bad place for your bin, isn't it? Right in front of your Porsche. There it is. What a lovely colour that is. And that is a very, very nice GTI. 1.6 litre engine in that. Oh yeah, check out this pickup. That's a lovely old thing. That's a useful classic, as Dad would say. Nice old bus. And then we can check out this. Now, oh my goodness. Look at this.
It looks a bit different, as I say, doesn't it? Have different wheels on it.
That's a bit of a labour of love, isn't it? That's somebody that loves their Supra. Everyone gushing over this Aston Martin. Meanwhile, the Lada next to it with the National Breakdown sticker is absolutely a little bit of me. I love that contrast. You've got this wonderful Aston, the Supra, and then just an Eastern Bloc survivor. Umberceptor, nice. Followed up by the MR200 next door, and the Fords. Alfa Romeo. I'm starting to like these little sporty Alfas. They're growing on me. Yeah, the clover leaves are growing on me a little bit. So are these BMW Z3, not in this spec. I would want the James Bond GoldenEye spec. Have I mentioned it a few times now? A couple of nice old commercial trucks. PC Howard, they're still going, aren't they? I still see them about in the Peterborough area. There's another one there as well, look. Nice. A couple of minis with an old Scooby. These are very nice, these Imprezas. Yeah, I quite like a Mach 1. Quite like those. And this is looking nice. That's relatively priced, isn't it, I suppose? 11450 MGB GT. Got the sunshine roof as well on there. And then Pontiac Firebird next to it, two-tone. Something I had overlooked until now is the old Lexuses. I think I saw this at the Rustival. It was £54,000, brand new, 2002. Yeah, it's nice, that is. BMW, and then we've got another Porsche next to it. Someone's brought the camper. Just going to take some more time to appreciate this little Austin pickup. Now, these have aged very well, don't you think? I think those have aged very well. Very nice. Very nice indeed, that. I've seen something else that's going to make me smile, which is this little Fiat Polizia. Check that out. There you are, I could be bombing around Cambridgeshire. Now, I think it's a good time to buy one of these and put one away, a 124 Spider. Buy it, put it in the garage, leave it for 20 years, it will be a classic. I stomped past that earlier, but it deserves another look. Nice old Wolsey, followed by this Saab. Check this out. That's well loved. I will one day find Dad one of these to work on. Nice old Rolls Royce. That's absolutely been loved most of its life, that. That's the problem. You can pick a good one up for 15-odd thousand pounds, but you can also pick an absolute rock box up for 6 or 7. Some very nice cars here. This red one's beautiful. No, I'm not talking about the TF. If you've watched the channel, you know I bought one. In fact, it was just a F, and it was terrible. I hated it. Look at this. Cool. Very nice. Blimey, I've been here about an hour and I've met so many people I've hardly looked round. But now I've got all this to do. We've got so many cars and there's a few still arriving too. Drop me a comment down below, by the way. What's the favourite thing you've seen so far on this video? Mine is probably that Delta Integrale, the yellow one. followed by this Bear. Check that out. Bear, Bear, Bear. Look at you. There you are, we've had a Bear Interlude. MX-5. What is this on a Q plate? Never seen one of those before. We'll have a look at that. This is a very interesting thing. A GTM. No idea. Comment down below. I have a very big want for a Chevy Bel Air. A very nice one. This is a very nice one. Take a look at that in there. What an absolutely marvellous place to be on a Sunday afternoon. I got to go up close and personal to the Bear. A Bear. Probably the best thing I've seen all day is that dog, to be honest. We'll carry on stomping down the lines till I see something that tickles me fancy. This, what's this, an old Renault? Yeah, it is an old Renault, look. Check that badge out. There's lots of space under there. There's more space than in an engine of a Yugo. That's a nice old Survivor. Got a Ford and then nice old Riley. Another Aston Martin. Quite a few around here today. Aha! I forgot to tell you, I've got one of these in my shed. No, not a Peugeot GTI, but one of these Peugeot bikes. There's one in my shed. I picked it up out of a skip many old years ago. I need to do lots of work with it. Nice old Mini. I've got another Porsche next to it there. 570 Sport Overfinch. I bet that goes. Something that wouldn't be out of place down under, but would be out of place here, is a Holden V8. Check this out. What an absolute beautiful Holden. Yaha! One of my favourites, a K10 Micra. There it is. That's a lovely old beige K10 Micra, proper Grandad spec. Perfect.
Smash those out, can't you?
You'll tell me, I'm sure, in the comments. Mark IV GTI? Very nice. That's a lovely example, that. A few Porsches here. Another Golf. And that's a nice 1600 MG. I ain't getting on no plane, but I am getting in this beach buggy dune thing. Check that out. That's nice. Big fan. Aha! It's the Bears. Another big old bargy Lexus. Nice colour on that. It's like a greeny grey flip. Nissan Z car. That is actually very nice. Don't know why I sound so surprised. I shouldn't be so surprised. It's a car show, isn't it? Everyone loves their own little thing. But what I mean is I've not seen one. Nice old pre-war Vauxhall. Not many pre-wars here today. A lot of the older cars, sort of 50s, 60s and sort of mid-90s, but that's a nice old pre-war. Very nice. Singer Vogue with a wonderful curved back windscreen. This is very nice. Carry on stomping. Got Porsche. What is this? It looks bonkers. Okay, I've got no idea. We'll soon find out. Supercar driver. Imagine squeezing yourself into that. Is it a Noble? I think it is, isn't it? Is that a Noble? Comment down below. TVRs are growing on me as well, which is worrying, isn't it? Especially for Dad. More Minis. We've got a couple of BMW Minis and then a N-Reg. That's nice. Yeah, tasteful. Which one are we taking to work today, dear? The little one or the big one? Very nice old Hillman. Next to that Capri. Ah, fire truck. I do fancy getting myself into a woo-woo.
probably absolutely right though.
Pontiac Fiero, very nice. Struggling with the door. Nice to see a little Fiesta Survivor. The Middlebridge Scimitar GTE. This must be the Scimitar Club, right? Look at these scimitars. You don't see many of these nowadays. That's nice. So is this Aston. Flipping heck, that's beautiful. We've got some very nice cars here. The E-Type. And another E-Type, this one the V12. Now, a little known fact, I nearly bought Mrs. JC, the artist formerly known as, an Abarth a couple of years ago now. £6 the chap wanted for it. He basically won it in one of these pay a pound and win it competitions. That would have been incredible, I think, and I'm actually upset that I didn't buy it. I suppose I'm glad that I didn't, because she would have taken it with her, I suppose, but yeah, we would have had fun in one of those. Medical episode inspector. Daimler Dart. Now I can get behind one of those. That's a stunning looking thing, as is this. Wow. Yeah. Very nice. That's a bit fun, isn't it? RS2000. And then a Mexico next to it. Very clean. You can tell someone's confident in their restoration and cleaning abilities when they've got mirrors underneath. I semi-regret not buying that MX-5 when I was offered it from Charlotte a little while back. Maybe I don't need any more sporty Japanese rock boxes though. I've got the MR2. Rover 2000 with genuine patina there, and then another roller next door. Moggy Traveller, very nice. Thumbs up for another Lada. Statistically, more Ladas here than there are Protons today. Just saying. In fact, joking apart, I've not seen any Protons represented here today, as ever. And I haven't even brought one. People didn't recognise me when I turned up this morning and started waving at people because I was not in a Proton. And the exact words were, I didn't recognise you. You weren't in a Proton. Check this out, this is wrapped quite nicely in a nice sort of Cadbury's purple. I think it's wrapped. Oh, no, it's not wrapped, it's sort of Raptor painted. Cool. Saab Turbo. Next to some very nice, some Fords. Another Saab. Let's check out the H-gate on this. Dun 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 dun. There you are. That's a bit pretty, isn't it? Yeah, go on then. If you're giving it away. Yeah, I can't stop looking at it, to be honest with you. We'll carry on down the line before I end up looking at Ferraris. You know when you've got a little bit of a dream and you've got no money in your pocket, yeah. Ah, this is where the Proton fan club would be. Not here today. A lot of car here. The RS2. Very nice. The old Peugeot. I say old, crikey. 06. That makes me feel terrible. What is this? This is is it a 207 or 407? Of course it's going to be a 407. What am I talking about? Yeah, nice. Bentley, join in. Pontiac Trans Am next door. Do you know what? I am going to just spin round. She doesn't look bad, does she?
7.4 litres.
Nice to see this little Midas here. It followed me in this morning and made me look big.
I was talking to him, going to a fucking field, they've done that all in the 80s. I can just see every seat.
Right, I'm going to gush over this because I think this is one of my favourite things I've seen for a very long time. And you know I like my little JDM stuff. This Suzuki works, Suzuki Alto works. It is an absolutely immaculate example with the double spoiler on the back as well. Very cool that. That's going to get me going quite nicely. One for mechanic. This has got a K-series engine as well, this Skoda Estelle. And there she is, my 1985 MR2, finally made it, out and about in it today. And if you haven't seen it on the channel, I will show you inside, because not many people get to see it, I'm afraid. But yeah, two-tone Mark 1A. Parked up next to probably a 22.5-foot Oldsmobile. I could probably get another MR2 in this gap. I could certainly get a smart night orange. We shall carry on. Oh, look at this. Ute. Falcon. Is that Falcon? Hang on a minute, let's double check that. No. Ranchero. Wow. Cool. One for Dad. Quite possibly the best Porsche colour, this. And if you know, you know. Much love for that colour. Lovely old hot rod next to it. And a nice Elan Sprint as well. That's a bit more me, isn't it? Big old Pontiac next to this, which I saw at Rustival. Volkswagen Golf driver. And actually, look at these pepper pots on here. I don't think I spotted them at the last show. They are incredible. Very nice. More Porsches. More Porsches. The BBS on that Lupo looks nice. You know, I looked at that when it came in and thought, what is that doing in this field? And then I had to remind myself, it's welcome. But when did you last see a Lupo? The car of the day, I think, the Peugeot GTI. I've seen about 5 or 6 of them. Lovely old Triumph. Carrying on, blimey, I'm worn out already. This Lancia is nice. Yep. I agree, mate. He's talking about the roof bars. I agree. Makes it usable.
Everything's yellow. That's fine.
TVR. There's quite a few TVRs represented here too. Surprised the TVR Owners Club aren't here. Aha! They've rebadged it, you fool. Very nice. Very smart. Carry on down the line. Ah, X-Power Grey TF. And although I don't like the TFs, I do like X-Power Grey. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. Squire. Nice old Jag V12. Fast appreciating. That's nice to see too. Something I know absolutely nothing about, but again, a GTM. I'm going to have to do some research on that. Comment down below. Tell me about the GTMs, please. Statistically the best car to drive around Australia in, Suzuki Swift. That's loved. As is that. Daimler 1500 pickup. And a nice old Skoda. That's very well loved. I'm a sucker for a 126. I had the option to buy one a little while ago. I say a little while ago, probably 15 years now. For £200. The lad had driven it from Poland to Boston and said, I don't need it anymore, I've driven it here. So just left it. Are you ready? Because I'm going to show you something that I don't think I have seen before, and then I saw 3 in one go. Asia Rocsta. Very, very rare thing, and I've had the opportunity recently to buy 2 of them. You could put a metal grille on it and make it look like a Jeep, but that's an exceptionally rare car. Yeah, when did you ever see one of those? Could be 2 coming to the channel. Maybe, who knows? Right, I've stopped gushing over the Asia Rocsta now, and I'm going to look at these Fords before moving on to something else down here. Carmen Ghia, which you must know I do love a good old Carmen Ghia.
That's why you got to go here, really, isn't it?
That's pretty. But let's take a look at this. Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Mate, I've got.
I actually think I prefer the Carmen Ghia in the hardtop as opposed to the ragtop. What about you? Yeah, she's getting a lot of love. I'm okay with that. Insert head gasket comment here. 2 more rows left to stomp, and it starts well. I'm gonna have to get one at some point, I think. We've got this lovely Triumph. That's nice. Yeah, I do like an Esprit. What a beautiful Survivor that is. That's in very good condition. Is that the one with the Fiat engine? I'm sure you'll tell me. It looks quite nice in the pink. I can't hate it, even though I should have a hatred of pink cars. That looks quite nice. Everyone's liking the pink Mini. There you go, that's put a smile on my face. A Metro Mayfair. Very nice. Check this out, 1986. That is absolutely incredible. Very nice. Check this out. 33,981, and actually a gentleman restored it so him and his wife, now wife, could use it as her wedding car. Excellent story, that. Yeah. Perfect. Can't argue with that. S2000. I think the time to buy one of these has now gone, to be honest with you. It was a few years ago now. Buy one, put it in a garage. Now the prices have spiked. What do you reckon to an S2000? Oh, I'm still thinking about that Mayfair. And that Scirocco at the back there. I'm looking forward to going and have a look at that. That's what we need, isn't it? Tell Dad I bought one of these. Yeah. Frog. Yeah, I like that. Bubble KA. Twingo. I'm seeing lots of performance cars today, and posh cars, I should say. Rolls Royces, Aston Martins, Bentleys. Everyone's brought them out. Always good to spot a Targa Porsche. Dread to think if you damage that back window. Oh, stomping away towards 2 of my favourite cars, a Triumph Spitfire 1500 in Inca yellow, but then Smart Roadster next to it. I'm gonna have to just ignore the Barchetta that's going past and the Inca 1500 to take a look at this. Smart 450 without the roof. Last but not least, the Vantage. Do you know what? I'm gonna have to go and have a better look at that Austin Metro Mayfair. It is my car of the show. It's gonna be the thumbnail, I think. So if you're watching this video and it's the thumbnail, you know that it's my fave. We'll go have a look at some bikes and then get out of here. Right, we'll continue stomping through this field. I'm going to go past this Ferrari again because that is also one of my faves from the day. And then we'll take a look at the bikes. Yeah, really nice show. Glad I came today. So I am the only MR2 here, no Protons. Quite a lot of Minis, quite a lot of Rolls Royces, quite a lot of 205 GTIs, quite a lot of Aston Martins come out for the day. Noble. Yeah, so we'll have a look at these bikes and go from there. It's in my top 5, I think, for the day. Right, motorbikes time, and as you know, I know nothing about motorbikes, so it's going to be here's a motorbike, here's a motorbike, here's a motorbike. But just for you motorbike fans, here's some motorbikes. Ah, motorbike. I might head on down to the Boston bike night this year, see if Dad wants to go, and take his bike and show you some motorbikes. Let me know in the comments. Want to see some motorbikes on the channel, or are we going to stick to mini metros, etc, etc. Kawasaki Ninja there. There's quite a few bikes turned up today. Good for bike fans. Bikes. And just as I end the video, the sun has come out, which is good. I can probably keep the shorts on. I'm going to grab myself some brekkie, have a better look around at everything, and have a chat with some people, because the MR2 is actually getting a lot of love today at the show. Let me know in the comments then, what did you reckon to today's escapades? Are you at the show? Did you spot your car? If you did, comment down below with the timestamp, please. What did you bring? I might have a little wander around the car park as well. Always check the car park, right? And see what we can see. There's a couple of old Volvos in the car park as well. Right, till next time though. Don't forget to like, subscribe to all the usual social media stuff, and let me know. Until next time, have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you later. As ever, thank you for watching this video. Dad and I have selected a couple more videos for you that we think that you might like. They're here now. Just give them a click to watch them. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. It means a lot to us. Thank you.